Disseminating the truth to people and the challenge of it.
Michael Helford, posted February 2012.
Dear Herr Meyer, I just returned from visiting the International UFO Conference, held in Phoenix, Arizona, and sponsored by a local organization, Open Minds Magazine, that inherited Wendell Stevens' library. Of course, some of the people attended the conference just to bask in the idea of an interplanetary society, but a few others seemed to me to be sincere seekers of the truth. As an example, consider Clifford Stone. He says he worked with the U.S. military as part of a program that retrieved extraterrestrial objects and also had some dealings with extraterrestrials. He is retired now and currently gathering unclassified government documents related to UFOs for public presentation. Clifford and I talked about you and the Pleiaren, but how much he really knows I can't say. The story he tells is quite a bit different from yours, yet like everyone else at the conference, he has accepted the fact that the Pleiaren are visiting us. Other people at the conference presented far different stories from both Clifford's and yours. Of course, some of the people involved in the UFO movement are misleading people, but it seems that others are genuine seekers. Yet it seems that universally, all of the people at the conference acknowledged the Pleiaren visitation, but paid it no further attention. There is a large chasm evident in the UFO field between the FIGU and this more general UFO movement, dispersed as it may be. For example, a recent article by the Open Minds magazine reviewed your case and found it controversial. Talking with the people there, I get the sense that there are two main reasons for this. 1. The story of the Pleiaren visitation program is simply not as interesting as some of the other stories that are bandied about. It seems to me that people on this planet are so story-oriented that they will choose to believe a well-crafted story over an obvious truth. The Pleiaren are visiting us from afar. That right there should be enough to grab their attention, but it is not, perhaps because the Pleiaren story just doesn't feel right to them. 2. You and the Pleiaren have discounted so much of what other people are espousing, so much of what people present various proofs of and want to believe in, that in turn few people want to consider the Pleiaren story. Some people enjoy telling good stories, even when they do not make money doing so. Since you and the Pleiaren have dismissed other extraterrestrial involvement on this planet, this confounds the people who enjoy looking for good mysteries rather than good answers. Of course, the intention of the mission is to inculcate an innate awareness of the need for natural and creational values in our sense of humanity, to do so realistically, honestly, in a grounded manner, without upsetting anyone. After talking with people at this UFO conference, I do believe something more could be done to reach out to these people with verifiable evidence, lest the story of the Pleiaren visitation get left in the lurch. Lest we Earthlings evolve stories that guide the development of our society along a path incongruous to that intended by the mission. This brings me to the question at hand. How might we better introduce the message of the Pleiaren to these people who are seeking out evidential explanations of UFOs in other places than FIGU? For instance, what is the possibility of ramping up the extraterrestrial program of interacting with us Earthlings, for just this aspect of our society, for just the people who are already open to it?
Answer: you can never convince another person of something. This is work each person must do for him or herself. If a person is not open to look at reality, you cannot do anything. Each person must gather proof for himself. If people want to believe in channeling and all kind of other claims and delusions and fraud and reptile nonsense, etc., it's their problem.
Note by CF. It's not the truth that needs people, but it's the people who need the truth.